This is the limestone lowdown. Hear the sound when you lie through the issues all around. From every corner, let's make it clear. The change we need is starting here.
Welcome, our fellow limestone lowdowners. It's Amanda. I know I'm not typically the one that opens up, but we are doing a special episode on something that's been going on in Limestone County.
Corruption?
Oh Lord, they have started a new initiative, the Leading Limestone.
Now this is the Limestone County Commission. This has nothing to do with City Council for once. So
yes.
we're venturing outside our City Council roots and talking about the limestone of the Limestone Lowdown.
Yes. So the Limestone County Commission announced a few weeks ago that they were starting this Leading Limestone initiative. They have hired a outside consulting firm to kind of go out to the community and see what the concerns are for.
They set up 4 community meetings, kind of like in the 4 corners of the county. Mm-hmm. And before that, they also solicited. They want the residents to fill out these surveys. Mm-hmm. So the surveys are going to help them kind of like set the table as far as what needs to be focused on, what
their concerns
stuff like that. So they were also encouraging people to fill out these surveys. So if you're listening to this and it's still available, fill out the surveys, because I think they got less than half of what they want.
At the time, at our meeting, I think that they had gotten like 450 of their goal of 1,000 that they wanted. So we went to the West one. Was that right?
Not really West, because West would have been the one out more towards West Limestone.
Was there one out there?
I think so, right?
No, I thought it was Round Island. Anyways,
that's where we did go, was Round Island, but that's more the Clements area out that way. And then there was one in East Limestone. There was one in
Elkmont,
and then there was one I thought out that way.
I don't
know. Anyway. Yeah. So we just kind of went. We didn't really know what we were expecting. So we show up and there's like nobody there. And then luckily, more people trickle in, but I would still say there's less than 20 people there.
I would say, probably between 20 and 30.
So they started their presentations, and then there's like maps on the tables.
There's a big, huge map.
There's like a think out loud collaboration, and they're wanting all this, fill out the stuff kind of, as they go. And the guy starts his presentation, and some of the things that we remembered was just kind of mind blowing, that over the past 10 years, there's been an additional 18,000 commuters on the roads. So you can only imagine what that's done to the infrastructure. Mm-hmm. And that's just over the past 10 years. Mm-hmm. And it's like all the new stuff coming in, like it's going to get even worse, guys. Mm-hmm. So, now we have the FBI went from 500 to 1,000, and then Space Force, they just said 4,700, and of course, some of those people will trickle over here. And then you've got, just within the city of Athens, it was 9,000, and then it went to 7, and then now it's only 4,400 approved houses. But still,
there's a projected like 7 or 8,000, but there's 4,400 that are approved
already.
But it's still on the master plan, those extra 3,000.
I'm just talking about that 18,000 daily commuter that's jumped. How many more is going to add to that?
Right, but you said that the numbers keep lessening, and they don't. Right now, we're just there's 4,400 that's accounted for. But on the master plan, they've already, they're they've approved the 4,400, but they're projecting for that.
I just take
8,000.
it as he was trumpeting 9,000 new people, and then he's gotten wind that, that's not, we don't want all these people coming here with all these problems, and that the number, as I was saying, is just whittled down some. I get what you're saying.
I think you're giving him too much credit for being smart on that. I don't think he got that. I don't think that, as he's not smart enough to
Okay.
to say that.
And here's another fun fact for you guys, that Huntsville has gobbled enough land mass larger than the city of Athens. And that's just happened over, I guess, probably this 10-year period as well.
Yeah, probably.
You know,
what, 10,
Mazda,
12 years?
Toyota, Polaris, and they're adding subdivisions over there too.
That goes back to because the city of Athens, the utilities is all of Limestone County is on Athens Utilities, and then
Power.
And so that goes back to the stuff that we've talked about with the city, that when they did the rate increase at the last city council meeting, that affects all of Limestone County.
Mm-hmm.
And then, are they really just trying to basically get their money back? Because us at the houses, it's going to be such a small percentage. We'll see it.
Well, no, it's the more you use, the more you pay.
Right, I get that. But what I'm saying, and it'll be a big chunk to our, bottom line too. But who they're really going to be pocketing money from are, like you're saying, the Mazda, Toyota, those businesses and industry that's built within Limestone County that's annexed into Huntsville. So we're not, we gain nothing by having those businesses in Limestone County.
Not at all.
We are actually probably losing money.
You're not getting any of the tax dollars or anything else like
Mm-hmm.
that. So, but yeah, what else? What else have we got here? This is kind of a far-reaching strategic planning that they're looking, that this firm is going to help the commission for the next 10 to 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not something, just, the next couple years or something like that. This is very far-reaching. And that goes back to the reason they wanted more of the input, because they said that they can, like I said, kind of help set the table. That would help them, the commission, know what grants they needed for various things, mm-hmm. and what they needed to focus on first. And the funny thing was, the advisory board had already been chosen. And as we guessed, and we were proven correct, that it's the same old on this advisory board.
Well, just one person. So the person, one of the guys, it was funny because I mentioned that was mentioned at the county commission meeting. So the Leading Limestone meeting was on Tuesday. The one we went to was on Tuesday. That Friday was a county commission meeting. That was the first county commission meeting I had attended. And someone mentioned about, hey, at the Leading Limestone, it was mentioned that there was this advisory board. How do you get on it? How do we get involved? And the guy that was sitting next to me, who, from my understanding, is a frequent attender of the county commission meetings, he's also on the advisory board. He's probably part of the in crowd, but where Jared was going with is that Terry Richardson, who is over the Athens Main Street, somehow she ironically is on that advisory board. It's how did you...
Well, I'm saying it hasn't been revealed who else is, but I'm just guessing it would be a who's who, and we would know most all of them.
The consulting firm did act as though they were unbiased, that they wanted our input, that someone had mentioned, again, because I talked to them at the county commission meeting, and I talked to the county engineer. He was that someone had mentioned wanting to have a canoe kayak drop off at the Elk. And I was like, ooh, that is fantastic. So they were going out, part of that survey that you took was, what are the things that you're wanting to see grow here? And from what we understand, they have that was everyone's number one concern was infrastructure and stopping the growth. Mm-hmm. And they the bless the consulting firm's heart, because they didn't probably realize what they were getting themselves into.
Oh no, because our friend Kelly started asking questions. Our buddy
Tim.
asked questions, and you have the chairman, Mr. Colin Daly, just staring there blankly, like his answer is always, well, the county commission can't do anything. That's his number one answer for everything. The county commission cannot do anything. Well, my retort to that would be, if you can't do anything, then what good are you, right? And again, most of our frustration is directed at him. It's not directed at the full commission, because he's the one that always says, well, we can't do anything. We can't do anything, can't do anything, can't do anything. It's like, but what can you do? I just don't believe.
Let's go back to, let's talk about what Tim's concerns were that caused Colin to say those things. What is it that Tim was, his concern was, like, what is it that is actually allowed? Like, what are you wanting? Like,
or what are you trying to accomplish with this?
What are we allowed to accomplish? Because we understand that the county can't do a whole lot, and what they did in this PowerPoint was infrastructure. That was the citizens, the residents of Limestone County, that was their number one concern, was the infrastructure.
Infrastructure, and then close second was stopping Huntsville from annexing
it.
And that's, well, we can't do anything.
They
can't
acted like that because if a farm, like if a farm decides to sell, they can go and petition for Huntsville to annex it, and Huntsville, of course, is going to gobble it up because that's more tax dollars for them, and they act like that, as far as the county goes, that they have no control over that. But then in order to stop it, they would have to put some sort of, stipulations, which would cause like the inspections, and then that causes the farmers to be like, well, we don't want all these inspections. We want to be able to do what we want.
But do you want an asphalt plant in your backyard? Do you want a rock quarry going in a historic district? Because that's what's happening with nothing going on. I mean, and obviously, I grew up in the country. Like, I understand that. Like, if I want to go build something, you can go build it. But living in the city now, I also understand that I don't have to worry about an asphalt plant going by me. There's only a certain few things that can go next to me in my house. You know what I mean? An asphalt plant, a rock quarry, et cetera, will never be one of those things I have to worry about. So it's almost like, guys, like, we're not asking for you to be so regulated that you can't do anything, but you're going to have to accept some kind of regulation, or it's just like the Wild Wild West. You're just going to get whatever happens, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it, which has, been the case with the asphalt plant and the rock quarry. But it did hit me, and I don't know if this will ever come to any kind of fruition or whatever, but as Mr. Daly was saying, they couldn't do anything. He's like, oh, there's a lot of municipalities in the Limestone area. It's like, you are correct, sir. So why can Belmina not go from a community to a town?
So you need to stop there. People that are listening probably have no idea what Belmina is, what you're talking about. And
okay, I'll talk about
straight into...
Okay, my bad. It's Limestone. It's in Limestone County, little community.
It's a poor community.
It's
a poor black community, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But it does have a post office, so they got that going for them. But they built our friends Grayson Carter and Sons built a gigantic rock quarry that has it like shakes people's houses, breaks foundations, just is like upset this very historic area. And it's in the county, so it's again, nobody can do anything about it.
Well, it's almost like it's Grace and Carter and Sons, so everybody overlooks it too.
So my suggestion to them would be just form your own town. And then when you have your own town, you can also wall yourself up from Huntsville annex and everything too. Because that's the whole thing. It has to be continuous. You either have to have municipal government or you have to be like next door to it is like the city. And where Athens is losing out is that it's not a continuous, they don't touch any of what Huntsville has annexed because it's so far into the county. So the city of Athens within itself can also not do anything about it. And that's where Huntsville's got the leg up with the municipal government. It don't have to be a continuous thing. They can annex like that. So yeah, my suggestion is Belmont, get your stuff together, make yourself a city, and then you can stop all this.
It's unfortunate because it's very easy to say that, but because they are a poor community, you can go and dream, hey, let's go do this, but you have to have the people that are willing to fight for it. And
I think there's some there.
yeah, well, I just think that considering how large Athens is, and at the end of the day, we have a very small group of people that are willing to fight the stuff that we're going on. So I hear what you're saying, and it sounds great, but we can't do anything with Belmont. And
oh no, I'm not saying us.
I'm not saying us, but I'm saying that like we have this drive and this passion to want to make a difference in our community, and it's not just so easy like, hey, go do this, because you have to have your numbers. You have to have was it more than half that agree? And I think that they would, but you still have to have somebody that's going to do the legwork. Then you've got to actually make it happen and go out, and you've got to go down to Montgomery or however all that works out. So I hear what you're saying. It's just not as easy as that. And we know that just because of everything that we've been fighting within the city these last 8 months of how hard it actually is. So there were 3 other Leading Limestone initiatives that took place all over the county. They got good feedback, good turnout at each one of them, positive things to come of it. I did like the folks that were part of the consulting firm. I think that they've got great ideas. I think that they've got a good plan. I liked that they wanted to bring the community in early and often. They did say that we were going to have meetings in the future. I got business cards. The county commission knows I'm asking questions. So not that we're going to get chosen to be on the advisory board, but they're going to know, they're going to hear from me. And I think, I'm all for the calculated and planned growth, like things that the walking trails, the parks. I loved the kayaking idea. Personally, I love to go canoeing and kayaking. I was like, ooh, I had never thought about that.
Hey, maybe they can bring some dragon boats over there, something, right?
Well, in a former life, I used to go canoeing all the time, and I loved it. So that is something that
I've never been canoeing, but I'm right there with you with kayaking.
I've never actually kayaked.
What?
People have gotten turned over upside down, and it scares me the thought of that. I know that's crazy anyways, as I digress, but I'm trying to think. I think that was it. I think the biggest thing is the infrastructure. Our friend Kelly, she has said that, she's from Arizona. She's mentioned about how you have those blackouts, the rolling blackouts. And that is something that here in Limestone County, we don't fathom that. We are still small, but that will quickly get here.
Absolutely.
If we don't do something about it. And you hate to, we talk a lot about our elected officials within the city, and it does concern me that we don't have enough people that I feel are actually protecting our interests. Like our county commission folks are farmers. They don't want to make the residents mad, so they don't want to regulate certain things. But it's like we're selling our soul to the devil, and we're not stopping. I feel like they should be able to have some say, and I'm not as knowledgeable on what their parameters of what they can and can't do.
But we're gonna get there because that's us.
Yes,
Unfortunately for ourselves,
I felt like the Leading Limestone was a great thought. I appreciate that they hired a consulting firm to have this.
Yeah, thankfully they didn't like try to sketch out stuff on a whiteboard. You know what I mean? I'm not questioning them. I'm just saying it's such a big project that you need, additional resources. And they also said they were working with some place in Birmingham that's experiencing the same kind of growth as us, so that the consulting firm already has experience in planning this stuff out.
Oh yeah, they're not new. Like they're hired, that's and even the one in Birmingham is not the only one they've ever done. Like
no.
They're very experienced. They were very knowledgeable. They wanted to hear again.
That's what I'm saying. I applaud that again that they're doing this and not just like, oh yeah, let's just sketch it out on a whiteboard here. So that's good.
And seeing what our the infrastructure that they did, they mentioned it, like they heard it. I just hope that our commissioners are hearing that.
Well, specifically Colin Daly, don't go around saying you can't do it, can't do anything. You know what I mean? That just does not inspire confidence whatsoever.
Yeah. And I think that because he is so far out in the county, it's almost like it doesn't affect him, so it's out of sight, out of mind. But the city will quickly encroach on you. I mean, you've got Huntsville that if you're on the east side, it will be in your backyard before you know it.
Just remind everybody, their taxes are a lot higher than ours.
Well, I mean, not even the taxes. Like, it's just, you just want to stay. People move here for a reason, and it's for this small town feel. And I get it, like, you want growth, but you can still maintain that small town feel if it's done correctly. And that's where I hope that our commissioners are hearing what people are saying, to want to keep things that way. So,
and just remember, we want to be lines leading the lambs instead of the lambs leading the lines. And by that, I mean the group is only effective as the ones leading it. So it's come the time when we need lines. We don't need lambs anymore. We need ferocious lions to take charge, to be out in front, to inspire confidence. I don't think that's asking too much.
I think it's asking a lot because they're not used to it. And I think that's where we have made people extremely uncomfortable. And I Jared and I, like, y'all can tell our personalities are completely different. Jared is more the lion, like he'll just come at you. And I try to be more like a lamb and give them the benefit of the doubt, because it's not all of our elected officials that we've got problems with, certain ones that we do. But we are treated a certain way for merely asking questions. And that's where I have a problem. It's almost like, because of the stuff that's been going on with the city, the commission now has almost like blackballed us, for lack of better terms.
Well, one of them specifically.
No, they all have. I mean, they know who we are. I won't say certain ones.
Well, they're still nice.
Yeah, but they know who we are, and it's almost like we're ostracized for asking questions. Like even at this Leading Limestone event. But to say all of this is their kickoff to talking more about stuff within Limestone County, which is the namesake of the podcast, the Limestone Lowdown. So as we get smarter on what's going on in Limestone County, attending more events, talking to more people, we hope to bring you more of the lowdown in the Limestone County area.
And I think just a little sneak peek here in a couple weeks or so, we're going to have another special guest. And that may be a few episodes because she's got a lot to say and she's been doing a lot.
Yeah,
Speaking of that education, she knows
a lot
a whole lot more about all that stuff than us.
She has helped. She has definitely helped us get more involved. It's been a lot within the city and learning more, and then now broadening that. So we appreciate you guys listening and look forward to the next one. So thank you.
You got to say until next time.
Until next time.
There it is. You always say that.
Bye, guys.
And that's a wrap for this episode of the Limestone Lowdown, where we break down the issues, keep you informed, and give you facts straight from the source. Remember, your voice matters. Your vote counts, and your community thrives when we stay engaged. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay involved. Until next time, keep questioning, keep advocating, and keep shaping the future of the Limestone area. We'll see you on the next Limestone Lowdown.